What's going on YouTube? Excuse me, that's my old name. Ranky Nerductions brings you a brand new video. Here we have, this is going to be part of my Legendary Losers playlist. This is going to be deck number 2. And this deck is going to be my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character of all time, Dark Magician Girl. This deck is built around her. And this is the cards that I would probably personally use. But again, like I said in my previous video with my Dark Magician deck, I am being a little lenient since I'm not playing in competitions here or anything. These are just the cards that I would probably end up using in a duel. But getting all that aside, and hopefully my jerry-rig setup here doesn't fall down, but let's get right to it. So obviously, to start off, we have a Dark Magician Girl First Edition card. I absolutely adore this card. This card has never let me down. It's always been there to help me get through any duel or any situation that I need to. But I figured I'd start off the gold deck with that card, and then right after Dark Magician Girl, we're going to move right into the monster cards. So these are the ones that would give me time to get to Dark Magician Girl and get her special card sent out. So here we have Battle Ox. He is a classic one. He's got very high attack. He's got 1700 attack, a little bit low defense of about 1000, but you know what? If you need to get a monster out of the opponent's side of the field, you need to get it out of the way. Battle Ox is one way to go. And as much as I really didn't want to, I had to put him in because he is a spellcaster. Dark Magician. If you want to go check out that video on my about my Dark Magician Girl being in my Dark Magician deck, because I also have her in my Dark Magician deck as well, because I can't resist putting Dark Magician Girl in any sort of deck that I can. But I'll probably take it at the end of the video where you can go take a look at that one. But this one's pretty interesting. This one I decided, since I finally got the final card that I needed, I decided to put together the Trilogy of Knights. So here we have Jack's Knight. For those who know, you can only you can normal summon it, but if you have King's Knight and it's on the field and you control Queen's Knight, you can automatically summon that, so it can have King, Queen, and Jack's Knight all together. This one I specifically chose to give me good attack and good defense to give me time to get my Dark Magician Girl out. This one I specifically chose to do that. And this one is Opticlops, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's got very high attack, so you can kind of see if the flash or the camera won't do that. So you got 1800 attack and 1700 defense. So he is clearly a good choice if you need to get some time going, or need to get some time to get the card that you want out. And like I said with Jack's Knight, here we have Queen's Knight. This is the last one I needed to get the complete collection of King, Queen, and Jack's Knight. Really excited about that. She has pretty good attack and defense as well. And this one I specifically chose as a defender because he's got really good defending stats. The Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. I don't know. There we go. Like I said, this is a jerry-rig setup. So we got 1300 attack, so kind of low attack, but he's got 2000 defense. So if I really need a defender, I got him right there. And then this one, he's just another attacker. For those who watch the show, you may recognize that this is one of Kaiba's monster cards. So we got Vorse Raider. Very high attack. He's got 1900 attack, and he's only a 4-star monster, so you can normal summon him. Here we are moving into the effect cards. These ones were a little bit hard to choose because, like I said in my previous video, I believe, I could be wrong, but like I said in my previous video, hopefully, I prefer being able to attack rather than doing it the preferred way, which is have a few monsters and use a bunch of magic and trap cards and effect cards to help you get through. But I need effect cards to give me what I need to get the victory in the duel. So this one, we're going to kick it off with, they're in all alphabetical order, so they're not in raid or anything. So here we have Apprentice Piper. This one is a flip summon card. For those who don't know, this effect will only happen when it's a flip effect. It's a flip effect, so you got to flip the card face up. So when you flip it up, you can special summon one monster from your hand, and if this card is destroyed by battle or any other card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can also have another card sent from your hand to the field. So that's kind of cool. And here we have just a defender, for those who know, Big Shield Garner. He's got really high defense at 2600. And then Blast Sphere. I use this guy for, if a monster attacks me, I can use this one to, I can use this one to destroy the monster that destroyed my monster previously. So I could use that to get rid of one, as like I said, as well. And then this was sort of a classic Breaker, the Magical Warrior. And this guy, he gains 300 attack for each spell counter you put on it. And if you remove one spell counter from it, then you could destroy one spell or trap card. But yep, one spell or trap card. Moving on, Beijing Wolf. This guy basically protects all my Beast Warriors. I don't think you can, you can't destroy the Beast ones by battle. So he's got really good defense. That's a good one since I have Battle Ox. And then obviously I had to put this one in. Buster Blader. He's got very high attack. I don't know if it'll focus, maybe. Maybe it will. Yep, there we go. 2600 and 2300 defense. He's got very good high attacks, and he gains 500 attack for each dragon type monster that your opponent controls or in the graveyard. And then Dark Deep Sweeper. Worst case scenario, if I need to destroy a trap card, I'll have that guy with me. That's his special effect. Enraged Battle Ox. I decided to throw him in since I already had Battle Ox, but his special ability is that he gets to destroy a defensive monster and inflict piercing life point damage to his opponent. And then there he is, the King's Knight. And like I said, special ability, he can summon Jack's Knight if you control Queen's Knight on the field. And then a classic cost down magic card. We're getting to the magic cards now. That just reduces the level of my monsters in my hand so that I can get them out in the field as quick as I can. These are the ones specifically that I've been waiting for to get for my Dark Magician Girl. This is the two cards I had to wait for before I could get her built up into a deck. So here we have Dark, I don't know if we can get it, but Dark Burning Magic. And this one is, if you control Dark Magician Girl, you can destroy all face-up monsters that your opponent controls. So this is a very powerful magic card, and the counter to that is going to be Dark Burning Magic. So you kind of have a foil, so it's going to be kind of hard for the camera to pick it up. But this one, if you control Dark Magician and Dark Magician Gold, that's why I have Dark Magician in my deck, destroy all cards your opponent controls. So that would get rid of all the monsters, all the effect monsters, all the spell, all the trap, all those cards. And this is just a Dark Magic Expanded, just sort of a generic have to have in a spellcaster's deck. I talk about that a little bit in my Dark Magician deck video, if you want to go check that out. And this is Diffusion Wave Motion. I specifically wanted to use this with Dark Magician Girl, so you'll have a spell card coming up that I had to get. But what this one is you pay 1,000 life points, then you target one level 7 or higher monster, spellcaster type monster, and then in that turn you destroy every single monster that the opponent has, and that has to attack. All the effects and everything are negated as well, so you basically are open to a full range attack with that card. And then since I have a couple of beasts or warrior types in my, excuse me, it's a little hot in here, but I shouldn't be saying that because it's almost springtime, but I have to leave the heater on here because it gets cold at night. But since I have a couple of beast or warrior types in my deck, I have Legendary Sword magic card. This just increases my attack and defense of them for 300 points. And then Lightning Vortex. This destroys all face-up monsters on my opponent's side of the field as long as I get rid of one card in my hand. And then another classic card, Monster Reborn. Always got to have that in case you need it. This is the card that I was talking about. So Star Changer. For those who don't know what the whole level system is, I talk about a little bit in my Dark Magician deck video a little bit. But I'm just going to get right to the chase. So the reason I got this is for my Dark Magician Girl. What its special ability is I can target one face-up monster in the field and activate one of these effects. I can either increase the level by 1 or reduce the level by 1. Since Dark Magician Girl is a level 6, I can increase her to level 7, which would allow me to use Diffusion Wave Motion. or worst case scenario, Dark Magician. But I want to use Dark Magician with that card, so. And then here we have Call of the Haunted. You can target one monster in your graveyard, and then special summon that target into an attack position. It's always a good one to have. This one is just sort of a backup if I need it. Damage Vaccine Max. When I take damage from a card effect, you gain points equal to the damage you took. So that will increase my life points if I get attacked, if I need it. And then this is obviously a classic spellcaster card in any spellcaster's deck. Dark Renewal. When a card is summoned from the other special summon from the field, on the opponent's side of the field, you can target one monster on that field and use it to special summon a spellcaster, which is pretty interesting. Then Graceful Tear, you add one card to your opponent's hand, so they get one card, but you get 2,000 life points. So if you need a life point boost, that's the card I'll use. And Light Force Sword, this card will randomly select one card in the opponent's hand, and they'll take it out of the game for 4 turns. So they can't summon it. So if they have a powerful card in their hand, it's gone for 4 turns, giving you some time. And here we go. Interdimensional Matter Transporter. This one will save a monster from getting attacked, so you can get rid of it until the end phase, so you don't lose the monster or get attacked or lose some of your life points. Sorry, just trying to keep my light from falling down. Then obviously we have Mirror Force. This just reflects the attack of a monster right back at him. And then Negate Attack. Obviously negate the attack of the monster. Rising Energy. This one will allow me to gain 1,500 attack for a monster that I choose on the field as long as I discard one card. That's Rising Energy. Here we have Shadow Spell. And then you can target one face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field. It loses 700 attack, plus it cannot attack or change its battle position. So that will help you if you need to stop a monster. And then another classic spellcaster's deck card, Spellbinding Circle. This will stop a monster that is trying to attack you, and it cannot change battle position as well.